Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student, equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace for peace, peace, peace. So where we ended?
16, I think so. Page 26. I remember.
Yes. We are on verse number 20, is it not? 20. Yeah, 19 we finished. Okay, so why we are again, just to go back a little bit, that Nachiketa went to the house of Yama, the god of death, and Nachiketa put this question that three boons, out of that three boons, first boon, he wanted that his father be anxious, so let his anxiety go away and let him have a good sleep. And when he comes back from the house of death, so this father can recognize him as his son, not thinking a ghost has come, so get frightened. That is the first boon. Second boon was that it has been, we hear that there is heaven and there is a way to go to heaven. So you are the god of death, you know this world and you know the other world. So can you say the way of reaching that goal? And that was the context in which Yama, the god of death, then described how the rituals is to be performed in a way, the bricks to be set, the offering is to be given, this chanting, this, that, all details of the ritualistic worship. And then he said, and that the student was so brilliant and bright that he instantly remembered whatever the teacher taught. So it's so overwhelmed, he reproduced verbatim the teaching what Jama gave to Nachiketa. And the teacher then got so much pleased, he said, I shall give you another boon. I first promised to give you three boons, now I am giving one extra boon. Why? Because you are such a brilliant student. I never found such a student who can instantly recapitulate the exact way, not forgetting, adding, misrepresenting. So, I will give you another boon. And what is the boon? Boon is that you will be ever remembered amongst the people who want to go to heaven. Because this your sacrificial fire which I taught you, it will be named after you. So everyone will say it is Nachiketa Agni to perform, to go to heaven. So you will be remembered. So that was my third boon. Then the 20th verse says, 19th verse says what? On page, again, don't make a mistake. It is on 31. 32, page 32 you go. 32 in the top, 19 verses, English translation. O Nachiketa, as your second boon you asked for knowledge about Agni, I have just given you that boon. People will call that Agni by your name. Now ask for the third boon. So, here he is asking that I have given you two boons, extra one forget. Now ask for the third one. And third one is a very serious question. What Nachiketa said? Let us read the verse. Iyam prete vichikitsa manushe. Iyam prete vichikitsa manushe. Osti iti eke nayamosti iti chaike. Osti iti eke nayamasti iti chaike. Etad vidyam anushistastayaham varanam yesha vara stitiyaha. So now the third question is what? 20th verse tells about that. That the Nachiketa responded to this question. Iyam preti vichikitsa. There is a doubt. Vichikitsa means the question. There is a questioning in the heart of the people. Some say that there is something after life, eternal life. Because Hindu heaven is not Christian heaven or Islamic heaven or any other idea. It is a heaven, temporary heaven, and temporary hell, not eternal hell, eternal heaven. But for bad work you suffer, good work you enjoy, that is it. But that I don't want. Here is this question going to the higher level. There is a doubt. Yam prete vichikitsa manushya. In the human mind, there is a doubt. What is the doubt? Osti iti eke, nayamasti iti choeke. Some say there is something which is eternal, and what is say nayamasti? No. There is nothing as such. You see, this body, when it is burned, it goes. Where it goes? There is nothing remains. So there is nothing. So this is a doubt. Etad vidyam, this vidya, this knowledge, this wisdom, anushishtas toya aham. I want to be taught by you. By toya means you, me. Give me this knowledge. I want this knowledge to know, because you are the God of death. So you are the fit person who can understand this truth and who have realized the truth. So please tell me that truth, that is there really. That's why it is, anyone can say any word is not important. We want authentication. In science, we want a scientist to say. In medical science, we go to a doctor to say. You may have read whole books of medical science, but a doctor, what he says is the word, last word. So in this field, in the spiritual science, here you are the person, so I want to be taught by you. That's the important point. To find a guru, find a perfect teacher. To find such a teacher, then your learning becomes authenticated. If it is authenticated, someone can say something, it will not carry any meaning. But it comes from an authenticated person, and you are that authenticated person in this spiritual realm. I want to ask you this question, that there is a human mind in the human society. There is always a doubt, there is something eternal, and some say there is nothing. So, etad vidyam, I want to know this vidya, this knowledge. Anushishto, I want to be taught by you, the teacher. And that is Taya Aham Varanamesha Vara Tritiyam. This is the third. Tritiyam means the third. This is the third gun, which is Vara, means the highest. I think this is the highest what I can ask for in human life. No? See, what an intelligent boy, because of his Shraddha, of his unchanged, deep, profound faith, trust, love, reverence for himself, for the teacher, and for the ultimate truth. This is a very important criterion in spiritual life. Nothing happens in spiritual life if these three are lacking. This is called Shraddha. It has its three directions. One, first, you should have some faith in yourself. You can do that. You have the potentiality to. I am a callous, I am nothing, nothing will happen. So nothing, it will go to nothingness. If you say, yes, in me is the power, I can do by God's grace, by Guru's grace, I will do. And that sincerity should be there, that you actually mean that and you work on that. So, and trust the teacher. If you have no trust in your teacher's word, there is no success in spiritual life. It is not like any other science. And third point, the goal, the truth you are seeking for. Simply we say God. So these three, this faith and trust and reverence and respect and what you call conviction on this aspect, that composes one word in Sanskrit, what is called Shraddha. So that Nachiketa, being endowed with that Shraddha, he is asking, what else I can ask in the world? I can go to heaven, I know. I know what is heaven and what heaven can give us. How temporary it is. Maybe from our human calculation, we live for 100 years maximum. So only enjoyment period is for a few years. You become a child before and you go on play and this and that and become old and you become worthless. Then where is the point of enjoyment about of this? And even in that, when you are full of youth and vigor and energy, how much is the joy, fun? How much is the suffering? Okay, in comparison to that, you went to heaven. There is all youth. There is no one born as old. There is no one born as child. And there is a plenty of food and drink and dance and everything is available free without any charge, prepaid. So, with this type of all this being achieved, but I don't think it is meaningful because it will end maybe 1,000 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, maybe 2,000 years. Or what then? It is in the time, in the zone of time, space and causation. This has its beginning, this has its end. So I don't want. I want eternal, that unchanging, the absolute. That is the third boon I am asking. And to my concept, that is the highest boon I can ask from you. See, there should be intelligence to ask questions also. When teacher gets very happy when a student can really poke. Poking is good, but you poke wrong place, then in a honeycomb, if you poke in right place, the honey comes out. If it is poked in wrong place, then what happens? You get all the bitings of the bees, that make the life miserable. So now this is the question. So there is that doubt that when a man is dead, some say he exists, some again say he does not. This should I like to know, being taught by you. This is the third boon that I ask. Okay? There is a long discussion, but in this book, of course, not much. But anyhow, the point is that what the Upanishad, go on page 33, what the Upanishad has so long taught us in is peripheria, even being in the position of Virata, is not enough. The Savanbanam of life is self-knowledge. Nachiketa's question raises a host of issues, all eventually leading to what is crucial in Vedanta, namely, what is self-knowledge? How can it be attained? What are the benefits? So before Jama answers these questions, however, he tests Nachiketa. So that if you want to give the highest knowledge in ancient time, this teacher used to test the student whether they are really fit for it or not. Anyone can say, I want $1 billion. Okay, $1 billion anyone can ask. But really you are asking for $1 billion. Are you ready to sacrifice that much? Are you ready to give up that much? So that is the question. The adhikari, what is called the competence of the student. That's why teacher is bringing temptation. Okay, if you are happy with this, then you need not have to go to $1 billion. You can be happy with $1 million. That's okay. Stay over there. So that's why next verse I will read 21 verse. What is the 21 verse says? Says Devairatrapi Devairatrapi Vichikitsitam Pura Vichikitsitam Pura Nahi Suvigyam Nahi Suvigyam Onuresha Dharma Onuresha Dharma Anyang Baram Nachiketo Brinishwa Mama Uparatsi Yatima Srijainam. So now the question is, Devairatrapi Vichikitsitam. You know, you are a boy, Nachiketa, you are a child, and you are raising such a serious question about eternal life. Are the gods and angels, they are also Attaik Vichikitsitam. They are really not very clear about this point. It is for them a big question. The rishis and the saints and seers, no? They question about this. As you are reading in Brahma Vidya, all this Vedanta introduction and this and that. See how serious question. And you are a child only. And you are asking that question. So Deva Irattapi, on this point, even Devas means the effulgent beings. Actually we call gods. That's our translation. But Sanskrit is Dibdhatu, which is effulgent, radiant beings. Even gods have doubted in an old times. Vichikitsatam. It was a question of doubt and questioning. And Pura means in the past. This question, this doubt, is there or not? This type of question, from an ancient time it is going on. And it is Nahi Shubhigyam. It is not so easily to be understood by your ordinary brain. We are talking about in our Gita class that we have two types of understanding. One may be very expert in material objects to understand, but that intellect will not be able to give you the penetration into the spiritual realm. You need different types of buddhi, different types of tool is necessary. So that's why Ramakrishna said that intelligence is intelligence by which you realize the truth. So that intelligence is not the same as a worldly person have some intelligence about worldly matter. One may be big scientist, one may be big philosopher, this even intellectual giant. But to understand spirituality, you need pure mind, you need pure intellect, you need pure self. No? So this is a very serious thing to think about, that it is not so easy. Subject is very subtle, because it is very subtle. You can see any scientific object, its fineness, by going through microscope and telescope, and you can make the machine much finer and finer and finer. You can penetrate into the depth of it. But for this, there is no instrument. The eyes will not see it. The ears will not be able to hear that. All the five senses are too limited to grasp that eternal principle. So, Onu means it is minutest. Onu is actually atom, subatomic particle, you can say. But it is further than that. It's just using the term smallest. But it is Onu, ratio. Pura nahi suvigyam artha. So therefore, annang varang nachiketa. Suvigyam, it is very difficult to understand. Suvigyam means to experience. That's also another word. Vijnana means knowing. Knowing means we know an object. How do we know an object? We know an object that needs an object there. I need my eyes, need the light around to reflect on that, and goes into my eyeball, and by the nervous system it goes to the brain, and the brain cells activate or do whatever. It presents to the mind, and all this process goes on. Then we have a knowledge. So there is three things are necessary for this. One, an object is necessary. One, an instrument is necessary. And there should be some inner understanding of your intellect or something. This is our normal knowledge. But it is not that normal knowledge, not the knowledge of the material object. So you cannot get it through these instruments. That's why it is not Vigya. Vigya means known. It cannot be known through the sensate experience or through any tools which may open up the inner reality which is there. Well, like the finer instruments of modern science. Hubble telescope, bringing out so many things. But this Hubble telescope is never capable of finding. It can find a distant star, but it cannot find that which is here and which is there, that infinite reality, unchanging reality. So it is Subhigya Anuresha Dharma. This Dharma is only to be understood by being very subtle. Therefore, O Nachiketa, Annam Barang Vrinisha. You ask for any other boon. Don't ask. Ma Uparossi. Don't request me. Don't request me for this boon, but you can ask for any other boon. Ma Uparossi Ma Srijainam. So the subject is very subtle, and the page 34, running translation, O Nachiketa, Yama said, formerly even the gods had their doubts about the question you have raised. The nature of the self, capital, is a very subtle matter. It is difficult to understand. Ask for some other boon. Don't press me for this one. Release me from it. And the other translation is, on this point, even the gods have doubted in olden times. Verily, the subject is very subtle. It is not easy to understand. O Nachiketa, choose another boon. Do not press me on this point. Give this up for me. So here, the good question, but teacher testing, that's also a great testing of the teacher, and let us see how it happens. How the intelligence of the boy. Suppose if we go to ask someone like that, and the teacher says, no, don't ask for this, ask for some other boon, we will be easily swayed away by the strong argument of the teacher. And we respect the teacher. But teacher is asking to know something, whether you are really after this or you will be happy with some other material thing. So this here for the second boon, Yama has taught Nachiketa the fire sacrifice. If Nachiketa performed that sacrifice thrice in the right manner and also with appropriate meditation, he will be able to attain the status of Virat. Being Virat is good, but not good enough for Nachiketa. After all, it is not permanent position. It only lasts for some time. But even if it were a permanent position, Nachiketa would not have accepted it. Such a position is also a type of bondage, though it has much power. Nachiketa wants liberation. This is also another point. You get to higher position, power. Power is a bondage. No. Those who have got the power, they understand. Power is a bondage. No? Suppose you think that president of this country has a big power, but he cannot sleep well. That is a bondage. Freedom is gone. He cannot move. He cannot say whatever he likes to say. There will be some prepared statement and things you will have to say, read out those things. Many regulations are there. Previously, you can walk wherever you like. But being a president or governor or anyone in that position, you are restricted. No, sir, you cannot go there. No, sir, this is the protocol. You have to do this, do that. So ultimately you are a bound person there. So Nachiketa wanted that liberation and nothing short of that. That is why he wants to know about this self. He wants to know if death is the end of everything, and if not, what remains. If there is such a thing as self, what is it? What is the self like? This is the third boon. Yama first wants to test Nachiketa. It is total renunciation, not renunciation of a thing or two. Here is the point. Bhuma tuevo vijigyashitabhyo. Upanishad sounds like that. You have to ask question, ask about that infinite, ask about that unchanging, limitless. Nalpe shukamasti. There is no happiness where there is limitation. Bhuma eva shukam. All happiness, all joy, all peace in Bhuma, in the infinite. So Upanishad is declaring. Meaning what? You want to be powerful enough to give up whatever is limited. Whatever is visible, universe can give you, or heaven can give you. Highest concept of joy in heaven. You have to be powerful to have a power to renounce, to give up. That's a very important point in spirituality. You go to Bhakti school or you go to Jnana school, don't think anyone is very easy. Every path is telling you give up everything for God. Otherwise you will not reach that truth. Say Mirabai. Here is a Mira sitting here. So Mirabai, see what Mirabai did. He has to give up everything. There is a princess, went in the streets in love of Krishna. And this is a devotion. No power can stop, no threat can stop her journey. Go to the Vedanta students, they give up everything. Everything, every material, everything means that we call thing. Money, wealth, richness, ego, pride, whatever the human level we consider highest, to give up, give up, give up, give up. Unless you give up, you cannot reach that which is infinite. If you are stuck anywhere in the limited, you are not reaching the infinite, because that is your bondage. So therefore, this explanation goes to a very important point, that renunciation is a total renunciation. And total renunciation. Even in Bhakti school there is a story, no? The gopis want to go to the other bank of the Yamuna river. And what happened? Krishna came with a boat. He is a boatman. Very symbolic. He is a boatman to cross the ocean of life. So he came with a boat. And the gopis, they started saying, "Oh Krishna, why not take us on the other shore? You are the boatman with a boat." Then Krishna said, "Yes, first pay your fees." So these gopis started bargaining. "I shall give you 1 penny. Please take us on the other." That means I will keep rest of the money with me. 1 penny of the total rupee or 1 cent of the dollar I'll give you. Please take me on the other shore. And Krishna said, "No, I don't take anyone with 1 cent ferry charge." Then they started bargaining, 2 cents. Then Krishna said, "No, that is too little." It goes on and on. Then it is 90 cents. Well, that's good, but not enough. See, renunciation. You have to give up everything. And then what happened? Goes on and on. Then they said, "Okay, I will give you 10%. That means 10% of my mind. Not 1 cent of my mind, 99 cents is doing the work here, 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 here. And God is one of the commodity. Swami Vivekananda said, I like so many things, and God also. I like a Japanese vase, and I like God also. It is like 1 cent of love goes for vase, as also 1 cent goes for God. No, that will not do. And ultimately, they have to give up everything. And that's the story, even disrobed gopis, that story, that means give everything. You are only for God and God, there is nothing for you. That means then God saturates the whole being and personality. It's a bhakti school I am talking. And Vedanta will openly say, Vivek, Vairagya, Sadhaka Sampatti, Mumukshatta. So there is a clear-cut statement, give everything, otherwise you will not be allowed to enter here. This entrance into the spiritual realm of absolute is impossible unless one gives up. So here is that part is emphasized. That Yama wants to see if Nachiketa is prepared to renounce that part. Another way Yama tests Nachiketa by discouraging him. He says that the subject is very difficult. And difficult even for the gods, not for you and me. Even the gods, they cannot comprehend this. So the self is not like an object that can be seen, felt, heard. It is too subtle. So Jama tests in these two ways then. In many ways, but Nachiketa passes each test well. That episode will come to that. Now, you see the intelligence of the boy. The teacher said even the gods are really doubtful about this and they get puzzled. They also don't have a proper response. And then you, a child, why are you asking this big question? Ask for other things. So that's why the student goes for the next verse, 23rd, no? No, 22nd. Devairatrapi Vichikitsitam kila Vichikitsitam kila Tvang cha mritto Yanna subhigyyamatha Yanna subhigyyamatha Bhakta chasya tadrig anno nalabhyo Twadrig anno nalabhyo Nanyo baraha Nanyo tulya etasya kaschid Tulya etasya kaschid. Now, Nachiketa, very intelligent. He said immediately, Devairatrapi vichikitsatam kilo. Oh, the gods are also in doubt and they are not clear about this truth. Oh my God, such a serious thing. And Tvam Chamritto, and you are standing here as a god of death, the highest teacher available in the world, greatest teacher. Who can say more than you, the Lord of God, death, can teach us about that subject? Therefore, Janna Subhigyayam Attham. I cannot trust or think of any other teacher who can know better than you, the teacher. See, love for the teacher, respect for teacher, and trust in teacher. And then says, even you are saying that gods are even doubtful about this question of knowing the self, and you are the greatest teacher standing before me. Where shall I go to know this? If you don't teach me, then where shall I go? Who can teach me? You are the greatest teacher standing before me, and you say the gods are doubtful, but I don't want to know this truth. So you are my only teacher, you have to teach me. So that is the thing wonderfully explained in these words. Bible said, Bhakta chasa, to Bhakta means the preacher, the teacher, or he who can give this lesson. Twadrig anno nalabhyo. I will not get anywhere in the world a teacher like you, who knows the truth, who is established in the truth, and who stands in the verge of life and death, this side and that side. As a threshold, you stand in the threshold. You know eternal, you know non-eternal. So, where shall I go accepting you, such a wonderful teacher? Nanyo barastullo itasya kaschit. There is no parallel boon can be there which I am asking for. You cannot give any other blessings which will be equal to this my question. So, see on page 36, Nachiketa replied, O death, even the gods debated about this in the past. You yourself have said this just now. You further said that it is not easy to understand the self. A teacher like you is not easy to find. Moreover, no boon is as precious as this. So, that teacher is caught in his own word. He has given the word that there is no, it is a very serious question, the gods are also doubtful about this. And he took his words to compel him to teach him, because if you say there is no other, even the gods are doubtful, which God I will go to ask this question then? And you are the God of death standing before me, knowing the secrets of both. So please help me. I don't think I can ask for any other boon which will be parallel to this, asking this question. Yama tried to discourage Nachiketa by saying that the nature of the self was difficult subject to understand. To give him an idea of how difficult it was, Yama said, even the gods did not know exactly what it was. Why gods do not know? That question comes. Why? Why the gods even do not know? Why?
They didn't renounce everything.
Huh?
They didn't renounce it.
They wanted to hold positions in heaven, to enjoy something fun, not the fun of God. Though they did much austerity, spiritual practice, their renunciation is not complete. They have still expectation of enjoying in a finer sensate experiences. Here the gross senses, and they want to enjoy finer experiences. But it is, they don't have their glimpse of that absolute truth. Then they would have thrown away everything. So they are not perfected yet. That's why gods, we think gods are very happy people. Gods are jealous also, no? we read the stories like that. Gods are so much jealous activity they do. Because they want praise from people, they want their fan club. So whose club is better? Anyhow, but these are the question that there is some limitation. They are not perfected yet. They have some more to come, fulfill their desire. So that's why it is said they are not the goal of life. That's why the Jama said that even the gods did not know exactly what it was. Jama was of course testing, however stood his ground. He said that if this were an easy subject, he would have troubled Yama about it. Furthermore, the subject was something connected with death. Did something called the self survive after death? Self means capital self. This is a question not only human beings but even gods debated about. Yama, the king of death, was surely the most fit person to answer this question. That is why Nachiketa did not agree to Yama's request to ask for another boon. Moreover, Nachiketa knew that what he was asking for was the best and the highest. There was no other boon to compare with the self-knowledge. What was remarkable about Nachiketa was this tenacity of purpose. And we have pointed out that question also when Nachiketa's father was sending him to the house of Yama. Nachiketa, being very full of faith and trust, he didn't blame his father. We blame for anything. If you stand in my way, I will start blaming from today and will end till I die. But father, he didn't blame his father. He immediately took it for positive direction. Oh, my father is sending me. There must be a deep meaning behind it. I can ask this question. See, instantly, that was the first positive thought in his mind. I'm going to the God of death. Father loves me. He's sending me. This is an opportunity, golden opportunity. I can ask this highest question, which no one can give perfectly. No? Anyone can give book knowledge. But a person who has experienced that, when it comes from his mouth, then it becomes lively. So that was the. Now Nachiketa asked this question, and then what happened? Then 23rd verse, it says on page 37. Now these temptations. Satayusha putra putran vinisha Satayusha putra putran vrinishva bahun poshun hasti hiranyamaswan bhumir mohadayatanam Nirmahad ayatanang brinishva Swayancha jiva Sharado Javadichasi. Now Yama become very clear, open to give more material things. Huh? He could have, anyone in the world gone to Jama and Jama gives this thing, who will say, I want God? What he is giving? Satayusha. Okay, you are a young boy, I give you guarantee that you will live 100 years. Satayusha. And not only that, you will live alone. No, you will have son, grandson, putra, prautran, brinishu. Have a progeny of your family. It will be full of people and bahun poshun. And he will not be a poor, impoverished guy. Bahun poshun. In old days, when the richness of a person was, he has many cattle, many elephants, and many horses in this country. No? So he says, bahun poshun. You have plenty of animals like hasti, like elephants, hirannam, gold and jewel, whatever, ashwan, horses. What do you want? So many horses you can have plenty of wealth and prosperity, gold and jewelry, everything. And bhumir, and you see, this is not enough. Bhumir mohadayatanam. You take, be an emperor in a country. This bhumi, this land, mahat, grand land will be under your position. You will be landlord, or if you are not satisfied, okay, you will be king. If you are not satisfied, you will be an emperor. I can make you all these things. And if you think 100 years I have told you, it is not enough. Swayamcha jiva. You can live as many years you like. 100 years, 200 years, 500 years. Okay, I give that boon to you. How many years you want to live? So, I offer all this Sharado Javadichasi. It is up to your choice. If you feel the 100 years expanded life is not enough, you live. So, I can give you everything. See, without being asked, Nachiketa is giving all these things. See, here is a test. Can Nachiketa withstand this onslaught of temptation? That's why you see in Buddha's life, there is a temptation from Mart. Isn't it? In Christ's life also we find, or this saint's life we see, there is. This means what? It's not an anecdote. It is a fact that, can you withstand that? If you can give up, then you can get something higher. If you cannot, get stuck there and enjoy. God will be happy. That's why it is said even when someone does tremendous austerity for God, only for God realization, what happens? These gods and goddesses, they become frightened. Because, oh my God, he is doing so much austerity or she is doing so much austerity, probably she will take away my position. No? Those are positions. Gods and goddesses in Hinduism are different higher positions. You did some good work and get a good position. That's why you can be a god of rain god. All will say, oh, rain god, please give us rain. In Los Angeles, we are all in dire need of rain. In India, they do. India, they do. In Madras, they did it. There's no rain and it is almost dying. And our Gautamananda Swami did that. He said, okay, we'll do with lotus, bring lotus, thousands of lotus, and offer it to the Lord. And then rain. And it happened. The miracle, I do not know. Everyone brought lotus and offered it to the Sri Ramakrishna's temple. And at the end of that, what is done? It is pouring rain came. So God of rain was pleased then. So fire God is there, rain God is a department, all the department, finance department, education department, all these departmental heads are there. But if you don't perform and someone more efficient comes, then your position remains, but you are gone. That's why the gods comes down to tempt these people so that they don't go in a higher practice. But those who want God, they don't care for all these temptations. So that was the verse. We can read the translation on page 38. Yama tried to discourage Nachiketa. Yama said, choose sons and grandsons, each of them living in 100 years. Ask for many heads of cattle, elephant, horses, and a great quantity of gold. Ask for a vast empire. Ask for a vast empire. Live with healthy body as long as you like. So Yama first tried to discourage Nachiketa by telling him how difficult it was to know the self. This served no purpose. He then tried to another method, tempting him with things people crave for. This was his way of testing Nachiketa. This is how a good teacher tests a good disciple. And also here is our awareness. If we want really God, then we'll have to be strong enough, powerful enough to disassociate. We have to live in the world, that's a different thing. But for God, everything is to be given up. And that really, it happens. It is not a theoretical analysis, but it happens when someone you see who are practicing spiritual discipline. What happens? When they get into it, Ramakrishna, where was there anything but God in his life? Holy Mother, Mother, whole day he's restless, whole night he's crying and weeping and sleepless nights. How many days we people spend sleepless nights for any material loss, anything which is for health reason, for someone's sickness, this. But who cries for God? Who cries for God? People cry and tearful, jar full of tears, no? For material loss or material thing. Who cries for God? That means that is the pure state of mind. And Nachiketa in that pure state. Otherwise you will be tempted to anything. A little bit of this will be. That's why Swami Vivekananda, when he gave his first lecture in 1893, what happened? When he was, after finishing his talk, when everything opened and all the people rushing towards him to touch his gown, and then that lady told, what is the name of the lady? What is the name of the lady? Huh? No one remembers? That lady said that, man, if you can withstand this onslaught, then I'll call you God. That means, see the same thing. The man, this Vivekananda, was not known to anybody the other day, and even he was sitting in the speaker's platform, but being frightened what to say, and suddenly he became the center focus of the whole audience of thousands of people. Can one withstand that sudden upsurge of name, fame, power? See the guts there. So much control. That's why Blodgett, Mrs. Blodgett. Mrs. Blodgett said that, who was here in this Los Angeles, where Swamiji came and stayed, Mrs. Blodgett. And she said that she saw the inner spirit in Swami Vivekananda. And see, this is the test. That one have attained to that flight. That's why this name, this fame, this power, this position, what an honor, it pales into nothing. So this is the taste of spirituality. What is the time? Another 5 minutes are there, okay? I am reading from the other book. The Lord of Death is now continuing his endless charms to test the caliber of the student. Unless a seeker has come to feel a complete detachment from the delusory charms of sense objects, there is no hope for him to get attached to the real and the permanent world of truth. Hence the justice is such severe trials meted out by masters to their beloved students. These examinations are held in our Vedic system, not in the present day spirit of breaking the students, but they were conducted with a view to making them the student. If in case a student unfortunately falls below the standard of the Vedic expectation, he is not condemned for his hopelessness forever, but the teacher's instruction would make him to purify and enable the students and thereby lift him up to the highest standard of efficiency. That's why we find that in Vedic time that this knowledge was centered in the hand of the teachers. They themselves have realized, and student used to go one-to-one. And the teacher is to test them, not to make them unfit, but to make them ready. You need some, as I give the example. This wiring of this house is done with a wire. That wire can withstand 110 to 220 volt or little around that. But if you just pass a current of 1000 volt, what will happen? It will all burn. It will not do to any of the bulbs or any of the lights or any connection here. So this body, this mind is capable of handling 110 volt, 120 volt maximum. And then it goes up, people see light and then reeling, head reeling, no? Many people have headache problem, meditating. That's why Swamiji says, nerves of steel, muscles of iron. Because then our Upanishad says, spiritual nerves will generate. This is the nervous system, what medical science says, that is there, but with a nobler thought, higher thought, searching for the highest truth, what will happen? This nerves will gain spiritual energy, and that can withstand, and spiritual experiences will come. And all types of temptation and things will pale to nothingness unless this body-mind is ready to fit. Mind is mainly, but its impact is also on the body. So this is very important. The list offered by temptation seems to be an exhaustive one, and no ordinary mortal can easily stand against these killing tentacles. Lord Death has offered Nachiketa many sons and grandsons, all centenarians too. Moreover, his list contains material wealth, kingdom, power. All these would have been useless if the recipient of these blessings had not himself a sufficient span of life to live. Wealth would be indeed a tragedy to a man who dies young, but Nachiketa is here offered as many years of his life as he would like to live and enjoy. Now, after saying so, again, Nachiketa is giving more temptation. What is said? 24th verse. Etat tullam yadi manyase param. Etat tulyam yadi manyase param. Brinishwa vittam chirajivikancha mahabhumau Nachiketa Nachiket tamedhi kamanantva kamabhajam karomi. So what it says, Etattul, I have given you all these offers. If you are not satisfied, you want something more or something similar to this, parallel to this, you can ask me. Etattul, all this, your grandson, your wealth, your money, your big landlord. If you are not satisfied with this much, you want something more or something parallel to this, etattulla. Jodi manna se, if you think, baram, any boon, British, you can ask for me and I'll give you. Vittam, money, chirajivikancha, and what your life, eternal life, like that, chirajivika. Choose wealth, live a long life, chirajivan. You are not satisfied 100 years, 200. Chirajivi means eternally you can live. And Mahabhumu, then that means have plenty of land, Nachiketas Tamedhi. So you attend, you will be the owner of love, huge land. And Kamanantva Kamabhajam Karami. I will make you fulfiller of all enjoyments. Ask me whatever you want. So it's a very great second temptation. So 24th verse on page 39. If you can think of anything else as good as this boon, ask for it. Choose wealth, live a long life, and be an emperor. Ask for anything that gods or men covet. I will see that you enjoy it. Yama is still tempting Nachiketa. He has offered many good things, but Nachiketa can think of better things. He will be able to glad to give him a long life, many sons and grandsons, wealth, position, emperor, all this he has already offered. In short, anything that gods and men want to enjoy is Nachiketa's for the asking. So furthermore, so that is the second offering. So ask for some other boon equal to this if you think fit, such as wealth, longevity, the king of the wide world, O Nachiketa, I shall make you the enjoyer of all your desires. So this is the again another temptation he will give. So we will read it in the next day. Even next temptation is coming. Here he gave money, wealth, son, grandson, jewel, gold. Huh? But you think you are not satisfied. Okay, heavenly joy. That is much finer joy. So you want that? So I'll give you that. If you like, you are not satisfied here. But one after another, testing his stamina and strength, whether he's really seeking for God or not, seeking for the truth or not. And actually, because of his rejection, we get this wonderful Upanishad. And this also our learning, how we can be spiritual. Spirituality is not something which is superficial. It is very profound, and one can really delve deep into it with proper search, seeking. Sri Ramakrishna says, sincere seeking. Okay, so you have any question? Any question? Okay, so let us chant in Sahanavatu again. Om Shahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So thank you all. What? All the three books are gone? Who wants that book?
I've just borrowed it.
Huh? So all of you have the books then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
I owe you $5.
Eh?
I owe you $5.
Purchase it now. Whoever needs that book, otherwise. Hey, they have the book.
No, we never did use it. Yeah, but I know we still have that copy.
I mean, they are asking for the book and I collected in so much trouble that no one is talking about it.
Oh, I, he's on. I'm very grateful.
Nothing is important.
I know, I know.
Thank you.